What's going on, everyone? My name is Andrew, and welcome to Real Estate Basics. This is episode 7, part 4, and today we're going to discuss factors that might sink your deal. Now, continuing our discussion with metrics to consider for rental property, to this point, we've covered the percentage thumb rules, cash flow, cash on cash return, net worth return on investment, required down payment and initial reserves. Today we're going to wrap up the discussion with Condo and HOA Association rules, fee simple versus leasehold, township or county rules, and a discussion on property location. So condos and associations. You have to check their bylaws before you go to even put an offer down on the property. Why? Well, many don't allow rentals at all, period. Some that do only allow long-term rentals, which they typically define as greater than 6 months. And there are others that have a limit on the number of rentals allowed on site within the community. So if you're not careful and you purchase a property that you're planning on renting out, and then you find out after you've closed that you can't rent it out, that is not going to be good. Let's talk about leasehold versus fee simple. So leasehold, it basically means that you only own the building or the unit. You do not own the land. Somebody else does. So how this works is there's a landowner, and a construction company comes in, they build a new condo complex, and they sign a lease with the landowner for a fee. Now when that lease comes up for expiration, one of two things can happen. Either the owner will want the land back, or, historically speaking, they'll sign a new lease with the Condo Association, which will typically bring higher fees, which in turn get passed on to you as the owner. Now, I'm not saying leasehold properties are not good deals. They can be, they can make excellent deals, but it's just something to be mindful of. Fee simple is just the opposite. You own the unit and the land. Now, where do you find this information when you're looking at, let's say, MLS listings? Well, if you look at what the little section called ownership interest, it'll be clearly labeled there as fee simple or leasehold. Now, townships, cities, and counties, well, guess what? Some of them place limitations or restrictions on short-term rentals. And others are tacking on additional taxes for short-term rentals. A lot of cities and counties see the Airbnbs and VRBOs in the same category as hotels and even charge them the hotel tax. So just make sure you fully understand what additional fees could be charged on your unit, because that can have a significant impact on your cash flow and your bottom line. Location. Now, a couple points of discussion for location. First, is there a good source of tenants nearby? i.e. military bases, large companies and corporations, colleges and universities, or established vacation or attractions. Now, Dion Talk and his channel Financial Freedom, for his deals, he has to have at least 2 sources of tenants. That way, when, let's say, the large company shuts down, you still have one other source of tenants nearby, and you're not going to be affected too much. He has an excellent channel. If you haven't checked it out already, please do. There's a link to his channel in the description below. Another thing to consider is the area up and coming. Is there population growth, and is there new construction? I highly recommend you go visit the area if you can, and just by driving around you can see, is the area growing. Another thing to consider is distance to amenities. This might be more of a factor for your short-term rentals, where your tenants are going to want to be close to things such as these. And school ratings and crime ratings. Very important factors to consider if you have a single family rental and you're looking for families. If you're in a high crime area or in an area that has low school ratings, they're probably going to move on down the road to an area that has better ratings. So just something to be mindful of, and you can find that information just by searching online. Alright, upcoming topic, we're going to get into tax advantages to owning real estate and how owning real estate can actually save you money. And in closing, there are many metrics to consider when evaluating a rental. Use your thumb rules when scanning the MLS listings. Refine your numbers with the actual calculations. Verify your non-number factors that we covered today. Double check everything. And as long as everything makes sense and checks out, fire tube 1. Whoosh. A little submarine reference. That's all for this one. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.